At this point, we want to present the Daughters of the Year Awards, and for that I'm going to call several people back up here to help with the presentations. If the Honourable Heather Klimchuk, the Honourable Laurie Hahn, and Councillor Amarjeet Sohi could join me up here, as well as Mrs. Attic, Mr. Bhatia, and Dr. Abbott. If you could all come up and help, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Well, the major and main purpose of Daughters Day is to celebrate the lives and the achievements of daughters, as we've been talking about. And one way to do that is presenting awards to 4 women who are being honored as Daughters of the Year. I'm sure every one of you know lots of remarkable daughters who've achieved incredible things and are deserving of the honor, but this year 4 women have been selected to be the first recipients. I'll introduce each of these 4 women and ask them to come forward and join me. When you have met them, we will present them with your awards. The awards are sponsored by Mrs. Dewar Attic and the Westin Hotel. We also have Dr. Jody Abbott, the president of Northwest College, here with us, a member of our advisory committee, as well as the government guests who brought the opening greetings, and Gurcharan Bhatia. Our first recipient is Faye Dewar. I'll tell you a little bit more about her. She is a proud Métis woman. She grew up in a home with challenges with addiction and abuse throughout her childhood. She's a single mother who raised 2 children. She has a great love for her grandchildren and her extended family, and she achieved a degree in Indian social work. She now works as a health advocate for the Boyle-McCauley Health Centre. Faye is also the owner of a business called Missing Links Home Service that she started back in 2008. She volunteers as the president on the board of the Niganan Housing Ventures that's in the process of building an apartment that will provide a holistic approach in housing and supporting Aboriginal men and women who may have addiction or mental health issues. She also volunteers for the Centre for Equity Rights for All, is on their national working group, a grassroots organization operating in sisterhood, and the Institute for the Advancement of Aboriginal Women. Her focus and her goals has always been to make the world a kinder and gentler place through laughter, through not taking no for an answer, by working with others, by sharing, and by giving all that she can so that others can have what she has. So I'm honored to introduce you to Faye Dewar, the recipient this year of a Daughters of the Year Award. Congratulations. I'll continue and we'll meet all 4 of them. You won't be standing there alone for long. Our second Daughter of the Year is Rumana Monzur. She was an assistant professor of Dhaka University, a Fulbright scholar, and a graduate student in political science from the University of British Columbia. In June of 2011, she was brutally attacked and blinded by her former husband at a time during a visit to her home country in Bangladesh. Her husband assaulted her because she wanted to continue higher education in Canada, and that was against his wishes. He justified his assault on Rumana to the Bangladeshi media by alleging she had been unfaithful. Her case got a lot of media attention at the time around the world. Rumana returned to Vancouver in 2011 for further treatment, but surgeries in both her eyes were unsuccessful, so there is not much hope that she will ever see again. She is still a mother to a daughter, a student, and an inspiration, and she encourages other women through what she's gone through to leave abusive relationships. I'm honored to introduce you to Rumana Monzur. Now to a woman that many of us know through what happened in Slave Lake, Karina Pillay-Kinnee, the mayor of Slave Lake, was born in Durban, South Africa. She came to Slave Lake at the early age of 2 months, and she's proud to call Slave Lake her home. She was elected mayor of the town in 2004 and is now serving her 3rd term in office. Her vision is to see Slave Lake be the community of choice for lifestyle and the environment. Her life and that of all the residents, as many of us and all of us know, changed so much in May of 2011 when wildfires destroyed 500 housing units, the government center, the regional library, 3 churches, 10 businesses. After that disaster, the mayor has been tirelessly working and leading her community. She's working closely with the municipal district of Lesser Slave Lake, the Sawridge First Nation, as part of a regional tri-council to develop plans for long-term recovery there. She's also a well-known figure in Canadian media, having given many addresses about the challenges facing Slave Lake. Having attained a Bachelor of Science from the U of A, Karina recognizes and promotes the value and the importance of education. She's also a strong advocate for improving health services and volunteers as a board member for the Lesser Slave Lake Health Advisory Council. When not working with her husband on their business, Karina and her husband Bill, who's here today, enjoy spending time traveling or resting at their lakeside retreat, but of course they've been very busy over the last year or so. Congratulations to Karina Pillay-Kinnee. And our 4th Daughter of the Year recipient is Renee Vaugeois. Since 2005, Renee has served as the Executive Director of the John Humphrey Center for Peace and Human Rights. It's an organization committed to advancing the principles enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. She's also the founding president of a children's project, a charitable organization focused on improving the rights of orphans and vulnerable children affected by AIDS in East Africa through education, health, and community economic development. Important work. She's a member now of the National Commission for UNESCO in Canada, the One Edmonton Leadership Initiative, as well as sitting on the board of the South Sudan Development Foundation. This year she was the recipient of the Good Relations Award from the Aboriginal Commission on Human Rights and Justice and the Institute for the Advancement of Aboriginal Women. Renee Vaugeois, a Daughter of the Year Award recipient. All of our recipients. And now for the presentation of the awards. If Faye Dewar can step forward for your first, please. Rumana Monzur. And Karina Pillay-Kinnee. And our 4th Daughter of the Year, Renee Vaugeois. What an incredible group of women. Thank you so much for your work and your contributions. We honor you. Our Daughters of the Year recipients for the first ever Daughters of the Year awards.